Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Why Not Today podcast. I'm your host, Leslie Kane. And for more than 30 years, I've built businesses through relationships, referrals, networking, and system action. Now I help other service based entrepreneurs find more opportunities, attract more clients, and then grow their businesses with confidence. If you're ready for practical strategies, encouragement, and accountability to help you move forward, you're in the right place. So let's jump into today's episode. So we're going to talk today about how to find your next clients fast, like ASAP, without chasing the cold leads. So I know last week we talked about hot leads, cold leads, and visibility, and we need a pipeline of leads coming in. But sometimes you're just at the point that you need clients fast. You need to have a cash flow issue, or you got a big deadline. So sometimes we just need to act fast. So sometimes when our business feels slow, it's easy to think the answer is finding new clients, new people, more people. We tell ourselves we need more followers, more networking, more marketing, more Facebook ads, and more content. Yes, we need all that. But sometimes we need to challenge that idea and think not it's a lead problem, although you need to keep adding leads, but sometimes it's an attention problem. Like the shiny objects are out there, but we're overlooking the places where there's opportunities right in front of us. There's a great book called Acres of Diamonds. And if you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. You can get it on Amazon, I think, for less than $4. But it's a story of a farmer who dreamed of becoming rich by finding diamonds. He became convinced that the diamonds were somewhere else. So he sold his farm, spent years searching the world. In the meantime, oh, and by the way, he never found them. In the meantime, the person that bought his farm eventually discovered one of the largest diamond mines right there on the property the original owner had owned all along. So I love that story because sometimes I think as entrepreneurs, we do the same thing. We believe our next clients are somewhere else, maybe another event, maybe another social media platform, maybe a marketing strategy, another certification who's decided they need to learn more, another class, another Facebook ad. We spend so much time looking elsewhere, we forget to look what's in our backyard. And your goal is to find your next clients as fast as possible. I believe your backyard is the first place you should look. Figures. Most of or to find fast clients, they're not going to be strangers. They're going to be hot leads. They're people that already know you. They trust you. Maybe they've just forgotten about you. So let me ask you a few questions. Who has already shown interest in what you do? Who have you had a one-on-one with? And they're like, oh my gosh, I love what you do. But then you never followed up and offered them your services. Who's somebody you've had a call with, offered your services, but it wasn't the right time, or it wasn't financially right for them. Who is just somebody that pops in your mind that you've thought of, that you've talked to in the past, who knows you. So who's downloaded one of your free resources, who's attended your workshop, who replied to your emails, who has asked you a question about your business, and as I said, who said maybe later. And these people know who you are already, so they're not cold leads, they're warm opportunities. Now think about the people that you simply lost touch with. Former clients who's bought services from you before. Maybe you have a new offer, maybe they could use their service. I have people in my inner circle that have left, but maybe it's time for them to come back. People you met networking, someone you had coffee with 6 months ago as a one-on-one, and someone that you keep saying we should get together with. Maybe today is the day you finally send that message. I really pay attention to who pops in my mind and on my heart and thinking about. And I can't tell you how often they're like, oh, I've been thinking about you. I've been wanting to reach out to you. So I actually have a whiteboard in my office of people that I've talked to about my inner circle coaching program. And so it wasn't the right time. So I keep inviting them to things. I keep following up with them. I send them emails. Just this week, I'm like, I'm going to reach out to some of those people, invite them to my workshop, and then I schedule some one-on-ones to follow up, maybe a catch-up call to see if it's a better time. So I think a lot of business is hiding inside unfinished conversations. Sometimes people don't say no, they simply get busy. They forget about us. Following up isn't bothering people. It is being pleasantly persistent. In my other business, Mary Kay, I found that, it's a service that I offer, pampering, and a lot of people are busy. It's not the right time. So I kept having to follow up with people and get them at the time that it was right. Keep reminding people that you're there, you're available to help. So think about, as I said, past clients who are friends, who are family members that don't even know what you do. They know you're amazing. They know you've done amazing things, but do they know about your business? Referral partners, who sent you referrals before? Who can you ask again? I have a coffee set up next week with somebody who's referred a couple people to me, and to see who else she knows. Who do you know that can introduce you to someone this week? So one interaction, one one-on-one, one phone call, one text can change everything. So I'm not saying marketing doesn't work and you don't need the visibility, but you do need to plant the seeds. But what seeds have you already planted so you can find those clients quickly? Don't ignore the relationships you've already spent months and years building. Harvest before you plant the other field. So there's a balance. So I think one of the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make is chasing cold leads while neglecting the hot ones. You've got people that say they're interested, but you're afraid to follow up and call. Cold leads take time, as I talked about last week. Hot leads are hot. And that's why they're hot. So they're both important, but if you need clients fast, I start there first in my daily, what I need to do. Like when I set up a workshop that I held yesterday, day before yesterday. And I started with people that had attended my inner circle that are already part of my coaching program. They really know, like, and trust me. Then I started with people that have been to the workshop before, people that expressed interest in the workshop before, people that engaged in social media posts in my group, and then sent out an email. So start at the top and then go down. So how do you find, instead of asking, how do I find more people, ask who already knows you. So think about, as you're listening to this, think about 3 names, just 3, not 30, 3 people you could reconnect with today, this week. Who can you follow up with? Who could introduce you to somebody else? And then take action today. Send one message, schedule a coffee, make one phone call, reconnect with one person. That's it. It's simple. Just take the action, because sometimes your next client isn't waiting for you at the next networking event. Sometimes they're not on social media platforms. Sometimes they're just waiting to spend time with you and invest with you. Sometimes they're just in that backyard. So I do have a worksheet that helps you kind of go through this. If you want it, let me know. It's called Find Your Next 3 Clients. And I'll walk you through exactly how to identify the warmest opportunities already in your network, help you decide who to reach out to first. So if you're interested, let me know. I'm happy to send that to you. And you can always reach out to me. I offer complimentary coaching calls if you want some help with this. So remember, courage isn't always about doing something bigger. Sometimes it's simply reaching out to someone who's been right in front of you all the time, and they're right there. So thanks again for listening to the Why Not Today podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend, post it on social media, or leave a review. It helps us reach more entrepreneurs who are ready to grow their business and take action that matters most. To learn more about Why Not Today community coaching programs and free resources, you can go to my website or my website at whynottodaymovement.com, or join my group if you're not a part of it, which is the Consistent Clients Group. And so remember, you don't have to have everything figured out. You just have to take the next best step. So ask yourself, why not today? Who's in your backyard? All right, thanks. And why not today?